Okay, hi everyone. Today we're looking at exercise 9D, and this is a specific kind of loan. It's an interest-only loan. Basically, we've covered all the skills that you're going to need to be able to work out the rest of this chapter. But there are specific situations that you're going to need to understand about, and this is one of them. And in this example, you're going to use a number of things. First of all, you'll do some calculations that just require basic calculation skills. Other times you're going to have to use the financial solver. So the key is knowing what you need and when you need it, and how to apply things to specific situations like we're going to talk about today. Now, this particular exercise focuses on interest-only loans. This is a loan where a person borrows a lump sum of money but only makes payments to pay off the interest. So they actually never pay any part of the loan off. So if they borrow $10,000, they always owe $10,000. The only payment they're making is the interest. So at the end of the month, if $100 interest is added, they just pay $100 to clear the interest. So the amount they owe never changes. Okay? So we're going to have a look at some examples of interest-only loans and the types of questions that you might come across. Alright, so Sally borrows $50,000 to buy some shares. She negotiates an interest rate of 9% per annum, and that's compounding monthly. Okay, so we want to know what Sally's monthly payment is going to be. Now, straight away, all you have to do is work out what the interest is for a month. This does not require the financial solver. This requires some basic maths. Okay? Now, we know that the principal amount is $50,000. So what we have to do is we have to work out the rate. So we take our 9% and we divide it by 12 because it's compounding monthly, and that gives us 0.75%. So if we take our 0.75% and we divide it by 100 to turn it into a decimal, and multiply that by our 50,000, we get $375. So each month, she only has to pay $375. Now, after 10 months, how much does Sally still owe? So she's paid her $375, $375, $375, 10 times. We got to the end of the 10 months. How much does she still owe on the loan? Now remember what I said, she's only paying the interest off. She hasn't paid any of the loan off. She still owes that full $50,000. And this is quite often a multiple choice question they'll put in for you on interest-only loans. So you need to watch out for this one. You'll think, oh, well, she's been making these payments, it's been going down. No, this is an interest-only loan. She's only paying the interest. You might ask, why would someone do that? You still owe the same amount of money. If you're going to turn something over short term, like I'm going to buy a house this week, I'm going to spend a month renovating it, doing it up, and then I'm going to sell it and I plan to make a profit, I might take an interest-only loan out because I only want the money for a very, very, very short period of time. As soon as I sell the house, I'm going to give the money straight back. That's why someone might take out an interest-only loan. Okay? So, got to keep that in mind. Alright, let's have a look at our next example, because in this one, we're going to need the financial solver. Alright, so Sally's at it again, and she's going to do what I just talked to you about. She's going to buy a house, and she borrows $180,000, and she negotiates a loan that has an interest rate of 7.6% per annum. And now this is an interest-only loan. It's compounding fortnightly. The thing with interest-only loans is banks charge really high rates of interest, and have very short compounding periods. That way they can get more money out of you for the short time that you're usually going to have an interest-only loan. So we have to work out what the fortnightly payment is. Now, we could do this that way, but I want to show you how to do it with the financial solver. So we're just wanting to work out for one payment. How much is she going to have to pay for one payment? It's 7.6%, and the bank is giving her $180,000. Now remember, we enter that as a positive. The bank gave her the money. That's a positive thing, so we enter it as a positive. The payment is what we want to find out, so we don't enter anything there just yet. The future value of the loan, remember, she doesn't pay any of the loan off, so she still owes $180,000. Now, on your financial solver, we have to enter that as a negative because she still has to pay that money to the bank. It's money she owes. So that is entered as a negative. And the number of payments, remember, this is fortnightly, so there's going to be 26. And the number of compounding periods for the year is also going to be 26. So when you enter that into the financial solver and you hover over payment and you press enter, it's going to tell you that it's negative 526.15384. The negative represents that's money she has to pay. Okay, so when we state our answer, we're not going to say negative 500. We're going to say Sally's fortnightly repayments are $526.15. Okay, so because we're talking about money, we automatically round to 2 decimal places. All right, you can now get on with your exercises. I just wanted to point out Mother's Day present, this jumper, Harry Potter. The H stands for Harry. My daughter bought it for me. Hope you like it. See ya.